Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Esoteric Ebb. If I remember correctly, we're standing in front of the Coin Lord, which is a fantastic title that I wish I could get. And there is stuff in here that we need to look around at. Like this whale! I would love to have a giant whale painted on my wall. A whale of many colours. Painted onto the ancient stone blocks, colourful imagery rises over you. It is faded. Near gone. Doesn't look very bloody faded. It is beautiful. The first folk, Earth, spoke about preserving the ancient murals of the city he conquered. What is this? Some kind of whale? A mural of some ancient civilization. Fade era, most likely. These ancient towers around Tolstad must have been covered in such paint long ago. This building has kept the murals safe over the years. The rest have been stripped off completely by the harsh Ascani wind. Would you like to own a real whalebone? Aren't they heavily controlled? Strikes me as the kind of thing that are heavily controlled. Let's say it's beautiful. Truly. The figure on the wall stares at you. Interesting. That. A knightly helmet. Must be a leftover. Take it. It would give me minus dexterity. Gonna attack Welsh people. I'm going to take their bones and their teeth. Ah yes, embodying a true Englishman. Does it actually change what my helmet looks like? Oh. I mean, 2 extra charisma is good. But I like dexterity. I'll stick with my current helmet for now, and we'll see if it, like, maybe we'll change something in the future. Who knows? I did just notice there's a sorting option on here. Can I actually sort by... Oh my god! Oh well. You live and you learn. Hello, Fedora. Thank you very much for the resubscription. I'm doing well. How are you doing? I am losing very often with every single check in this game. Last stream was a mess. An LR of Norvik, an LR of a girl, and a newspaper clipping about the Coin Lord. What is an LR? I'm trying to think what that could mean. It's obviously a photo of some description. Can I talk to the angel? Hello? The angel stands tall. He's blocking the hallway, leading further into the Coin Lord's mansion. She looks like a giant in here, despite the high ceiling. Her many eyes glare at you. Oh, I love it. Dano's letting me stay in your tower. Show her the key. You got a new job? Oh, congratulations. I'm going to show her the key. The spinning eyes stop for a moment. Uh-oh. Run! I am aware. I'm not taking your bed, am I? I do not sleep, cleric. Don't say weird. Hello, minor trader. Ah, so that's why. gesture toward her face. She bows her head slowly, but does not respond. Do I get the tower all to myself? No. She doesn't mean your roommates exactly. Sounds cozy. The angel appears to sigh. Mimicry. Mimic. Horrifying, shapeless monster, capable of copying the looks of any object it discovers, although with some size limitations, depending on the type. If you touch it, you'll get stuck. And probably eaten. You realize she does not breathe. Such interesting biology. A truly esoteric creature. Are you okay with that? She is silent for a beat. The magistrate has ordered it. I'll be going to the guard tower then. There is a bedroll on the upper floor. Do not touch anything. Uh-oh. Translation, touch everything. Listen to her. Obey. I spoke with the magistrate. He nods. You finished with your business here. The magistrate will not have time again, cleric. Okay. So the question is, it's 2 in the morning. Do I go to bed? Or do I go? Still haven't found Waterlane. I guess we'll rest. I mean, there's going to be more than one night, right? So... at least have a look around. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. We have stuff. A pile of ledgers covered in official city seals. You look over a thick pile of documents, each adorned with the symbol of a fish. Official city documents. Could contain useful information. Do you see the size of this pile? It'd take hours to go through it all. Top secret documents archived by city clerics over many years. You have the right to look over it. We shall skim. The documents are not very organized. However, as your eyes glance over titles, reports and statements made over decades, you do find a few that catch your attention. Sweeping your gaze over the pile, you immediately stop at a bill of sales. A sale by the city to the Ascani Reeds Trading Company. Looking for an official palace seal, you find a note with the sentence, "Sage leaf must be contained within." Why is that strength? The older files focus on the oldest. That's where you'll find interesting perspectives. Obviously, just look for any mention of the tea shop. However, careful. Each attempt to analyze a document will take time out of your day. Oh my god! I should look at the top documents, the ones simply called Asgals. That'll take us 90 minutes. I'll check the massively complicated bill of sales. 3 hours? Maybe that document mentioning Sage Leaf. That could be interesting. 1 hour. What about the old ledger? Undercoast expansion efforts. 2 hours. Oh, let's check out that short report entitled The Tolstad Tea Shop Fire. 30 minutes. We can afford 30 minutes, right? It's a single page, going over the official statement regarding the tea shop incident on the 21st of March. A single page is going to take me half an hour? I suppose I have got to try and read it through the helmet slits. Because that might be a bit of a pain. Either that, or it's very small font. You spend 30 minutes looking through the report. 15 experience. There's some interesting details here. mostly things you've heard before. However, one detail that sticks out is that several people do mention a man in yellow leaving the scene. That most likely is not your culprit, however. If this person is avoiding authorities, then he could know something relevant. Interesting. Oh well, it's 2 in the morning now. I guess I'm done here for now. We'll look around some other stuff. More books. A pile of books on the topic of theology and history. Oh, don't tempt me like that. Can I trifle through these? No. I can trifle through these? Oh! I've memorized Bless! Let's see what it does. Bless. First level enchantment. VSM, a sprinkling of river water. With concentration up to 1 hour. You bless yourself with divine guidance. For the duration, you add 1d4 to all ability checks. Oh, that's good. Here, I was hoping for 6 more hours of rifling through documents. That would fit my normal streams, wouldn't it? Remarkably well. Like, oh yes, well, here, we're spending the rest of the stream reading through these documents about random trash. There are 3 books of interest in this pile. They appear worn and broken. Oh god. Beyond reads. The Meriadoc Moonwatch. You open it, hoping for an interesting take on coastal travel. Instead, you are immediately met by a pop travel guide. Oh no. It's written by the famous freestrider Meriadoc Moonwatch, a trade prince of the Free Cities. Moonwatch? A famous family of revolutionaries in Reeds. They were one of the few powerful houses that managed to brand themselves as non-majorcrats, and were thus both spared and, in some sense, revered. Moonwatch, the name of a high corporation in Thazen, Leeds. One of the largest industrial conglomerates across the coast. Is that the same people? I guess it would make sense if they were revered and then they became an industrial conglomerate. The introduction is styled as a personal note for the reader. Moonwatch uses a very casual language to convince you of his expertise. It's also filled with freestrider propaganda. It's only propaganda if you disagree with it. That is actually true. Is that actually true? What is it if you agree with it? Information? I feel like I need this expanding. I guess it's just truth. If it's not propaganda, it's truth. I can't read this shit. No, you cannot. This is trite. So I should close it. Yeah, it might be for the best. You put the book back in the pile. Humans. A brief history. A history book by, oh, how do I say that? Is that just short for scholar? SCH? Tim Alamican? Ailmican, one of the last Urfolk houses to arrive after the founding of Norvik. They originally went east during the Coast War, but a handful of them survived and fled to Norvik with several arcanists' artifacts. Today they are highly revered in the city, the third Lord Patriarch Hagar having been of their bloodline. It is marked as official goods of Bronze Banner University. It was printed here in Norvik on the last year of the Arcane Era 511. That is 28 years ago. I love history. Non-fiction is the best. The book does not have an opinion. The first chapters regale the story of humans entering Yor, along with various origins that have been discovered. Most humans who arrived in Old Dimenor came as dragon servants during the later stages of the Fade era. Although the book also goes into the modern refocus on attempting to avoid the clear anti-dragon biases that infused all historical documents on the topic, humans were brought to Yor from various outer worlds as workers, fodder, soldiers, and worshippers. Some were made to live in glorified internment camps, some lived as loyal subjects in royal halls. The stories of early human existence on Yor are as varied as those of today. We were slaves, yes, but each dragon was a different master. It then spends a full chapter going over the draconic civil war during the Divine Era and the resulting rise of the Dug Dulin Dim. Skip ahead. You arrive at the Coast War. It's destructive. Wait, what? Destructivi? What the hell is that word? Quality impacted human civilizations as much as it did the coast itself. In short, as the Arcanists rose to ever greater power, humans journeyed into Old Dimenor during the Great Consolidation. An offer of power and wealth to all men, no matter your background, was attractive, to say the least. This word right here, destructivi. And then sick means sighted, right? Or shortened. I can never remember what SIC actually means. It doesn't come up very much in the stuff that I actually read. It's a strange spelling error, though. Ah, I see. So it's destructive. It's quoted quality. Like that's a quoted word, quoted from the actual thing. Okay, I get you. That makes sense. At its end, approximately 90% of all humans were wiped out. Only a few clusters of offshoot communities survived the onslaught. The book contains a solemn list of those human cultures that were fully destroyed in various curses, void bombs, and intra-human genocides. Stare at the list and move on. In its final chapters, the book switches topic to instead focus on the various humans who are still identified as unique phenotypes within the human folk type. Some smaller groups across the coast have no clear lineage to draconic slavery, but whether that is due to some other origin is unknown. Oh my god, those who survived the Coast War. Hang on a minute. One of these is not like the others. You've got the Lanbois, the Yanzu, the Earth Folk, the Abladini, the Dimenorians, the Taulona, the People of the Mountain, the Surts, and then the Japanese. What do you mean? Is this an isekai? Is this an isekai? I've got to click Japanese, haven't I? I've got to. An almost mythical human peoples of the secretive realm of The so-called Japanese have been a popular topic of fiction since their discovery in the early mid-Arcane era. Japanese, the mysterious human people of who live in an isolated kingdom upon the Great Platus deep inland. Inland? A term for travel towards the endless waste away from the coast. You, too, were swept up in a samurai phase during your early years. The book explains how rare it is to see one of their fabled ambassadors travel across the coast, but so far, due to the magically isolated nature of their kingdom, not much is known of their nature. Big plateaus is hurting your brain. Plateaus, I guess. Because you'd just be plateau, wouldn't it? You don't need the S. What are the certs? Typically, stout and red-haired humans who served the great, oh, for the love of God, Tissereldanor in Western Dimenor. Is the plural of plateau plateaus with an X? That doesn't seem right. Most famously, both Calum Dimenori and Dug Dulin Dim originate from this culture. The book also mentions that this phenotype could be found in most surviving human populations along the coast today, due to their prominence in the early Arcane era. Plateau? I mean, you seem to be just using French. What's the singular of gâteau? Oh, I see, putting AUX. What is the official plural of plateaus? Is it just plateaus? Because I swear to God, I'm actually going to look this up. The plural of plateau can be plateaus with an X or plateau with an S. It's both. Both are correct. X is the traditional French plural form, whereas the US is English, American, Canadian, Australian, and New Zealand English. So it's English, not just American English. English. This is one I can't blame the Americans for, I'm afraid. It says that the French one is still, and I quote, commonly used alongside plateaus with an S. So I think we just use both. You've probably got some cert blood in you. You are approximately 1/10 cert. See? Alright, well, what are the people of the mountain? These are the followers of the Golden Horde, a vast group of humans who live upon the Holy Mountain. Holy Mountain, a short name for the singular infinite mountain set along the coast in Divini Torum, one of those natural world wonders or whatever. While secretive, they have become less isolated during the last few decades of celestial expansion and can today be found on rare occasions in various cities across the coast. You just say platypus? Come see my plateaus and my platypuses. They are described as dark-skinned, with black or white hair, and eyes that indicate their positions of hierarchy among their kind. No pupils means they are an attendant. Glowing eyes means a gate lord, and dark eyes indicate that they hold a lower placement upon the slope. Whatever that means. Just like that Shamar lady you met. The Tawilona? Yeah, this is we're getting to the point where it's going to start using words I don't know how to say. I love platypuses. Platypuses are a fascinating animal. A small religious human people who thrive within the heartlands of Haexi. They are sometimes called the Great Human Hunters. While few in number, due to their constant struggle against demonic forces, as a people of Haexi are prone to do, the Tawalona live within a sacred spire on the eastern Grand Mesa. They are described as tanned, tall, and famously naturally attuned with primal forces. Some compare them to the agrarian landbauer, but sources indicate that they are very different in both origin and cultural practices. Dimenorians? I feel like this one's going to be boring. The pale, dark-haired and stereotypically gaunt humans who served the great mad Drake Anganoth within the plains of Inner Dimenor. I've got to know who Mad Drake Alganoth is. The great white dragon of Old Dimenor. He is famous for his paranoia, causing the first outbreak of the Draconic Civil War. The great conflict which raged between dragons during the Divine Era. It directly caused the power vacuum, which was filled by first gods and later arcanists. They spawned many of the original arcanists and made up a large portion of the surviving Ridasan human population. The Sphinx did talk about the Great Draconic War, I believe. If someone says that human looks Ridistan, they usually refer to the pale skin and black hair. Imagine Viskin. That is your typical Dimenorian. Okay, what are the Abalindi? Sometimes called the Blades of Blood City Bay. These humans live across the white plains and sands deep inland in Feldhire. They are rare to find along the coast and are described as looking similar to the people of the mountain, dark-skinned and stout, with clear red eyes and broad noses. Famously, they run several of the greatest forges on the coast, having earned them a name throughout many of the Feltire's most dire conflicts, purely as arms dealers. Lovely. The chapter explains how their expertise with guns especially brought them notoriety during the Coast War, until the Powder Curse. That is, what is the Powder Curse? I swear to God, sometimes we just come across these random things that are way more interesting than the thing I'm actually reading. The Powder Curse. One of Yor's laws of magic. In short, certain chemical compounds react strongly to Yor's strings, often causing volatile reactions. The Arcanists of Dimenor grew their powder by circumventing these laws, making use of Powder Knights. What's a Powder Knight? Powder Knight, an early Coast War class of soldiers, obsolete with the invention of the spell Heat Powder. Heat Powder, a first level transmutation spell, enforces the Powder Curse on a visible target. Just makes them fucking explode? What? What do you mean? Enforces the Powder Curse. The Powder Curse that forces compounds to react strongly with Yor's strings. Does it just make them blow up? I want it. Like Fireball, but skips the fire bit. Check the chapter on Earthfolk. Pale, generally brown-haired and tall humans, whom the book makes clear were a very tiny minority among the many people of Old Dimenor. They originally appear to have served a dragon named Belam, but no historical sources exist of that name, beyond the oral traditions of the tribe itself. The only thing that makes the Earth folk unique is their expertise on shipbuilding and their choice to flee their homeland before the curse bomb ruined it forever. These people then went west and conquered Ascani thanks to their god, Earth, which the book does not go into any detail about and instead points towards many other sources. Today, Earthfolk account for around a quarter of the entire human population on Yor. Without Earth, we would have been another name on that list of lost human cultures. Who are the Yanzu? Known as the greatest human warriors of the Fade Era, these humans were known to inhabit both Dinvini Torum and parts of northern Ascani during their service to the Red Dragon Isuth, also known as Men of Fire and River. Although the book laments the lost spelling of their original name, which seems to originate in the same tongue as the Owl folk of Divini Torum. What do you mean, Owl folk? During the Great consolidation. All these humans either left their original homes or were forced out by celestials, dwarves, elves, trolls, and more. Did I click Great Consolidation? An event that took place during the mid-Arcane era and lasted approximately 15 years. Arcanists in need of more manpower organised mass immigrations from all corners of the coast. All humans of any origin were invited to join the various great magocratic cities. Magocratic? I always say that wrong. They are described in the book as short, dark-haired, with various skin hues. Historical documents seem to indicate that those of fire and those of river were two entirely separate people who have been clumped together over time due to their similar facial features. Although records indicate the two might come from entirely different origin worlds. They are sometimes derogatorily called the Dwarves of Reeds, as their masterful craftsmanship is unrivaled among the ashes of the Coast War, and their kinds of short. And finally, the Landbauer. Agrarian hunters of Vorgeni. Many formed entire cities on the floating hills, and are known for their shamanistic or shamanistic cultural practices, and great primal spellcasters. They are described in the books as tall, having intermingled with the local giants, with either white or black hair, prominent nasal features, and a distinct tanned freckled skin. A major portion of the Landbauers were forcibly drafted during the late stage of the Coast War, and it destroyed their demographics, despite the war itself never reaching their far inland country. Cured smoked ham on pizza. Is this Peter? You all having pizza again? I swear. Every time I stream this game, everyone's eating pizza. Today they are slowly recovering. I don't know why I said it like that. Slowly recovering and on the fence between industrialization or keeping their agrarian roots. Good lord. You're also getting pizza? Oh my god. I'm starting to think this might be a conspiracy. Okay, I'm going to go... I've read 2 of the books. I might as well read 3 of them, right? This is why I never get anything done in this game. Just saying. You find that the book has been unfortunately ruined by moisture at some point, but some of it is still readable. Not like you don't already know the story by heart. The general gist you get is... Earth is born in Old Dimenor. He saves his people from a curse bomb. They flee their ruined land to Ascani. Earth, with his brother Toll and a long list of helpers, including dwarves and many others, destroy the evil Troll Empire and conquer their city. There's mention of Borgo Darrow, the first paladin of Earth, with a quick summary of his life. He founded the Earth Guard. He began the illustrious bloodline of House Darrow. He was known for his vow to never succumb to any wounds in battle, and ironically he died of a heart attack at age 40. How do you have any control over that? I vow to not die to any wound I receive in battle. How are you going to control that? You also spot the name Cran on one page, talking about that goblin warrior's service to Earth, how he joined during the Goblin Wars. That's the first half. The second half is all about how they built Norvik. Though you can't see when the book was published due to the immense damage to the paper, you do notice how it ends. Not with Earth's death, but with the leaving of Toll. No one knows for sure why, but Toll ended up leaving to go on an expedition to the Endless Wastes, far inland. And he never returned. Hello, Nicola. I'm done. Okay, that was fun. Learned some things. That's the bed. What's this? A copper calendar? On the wall, you see a classic copper calendar. Most households in Norvik have one. Your mom had one that would glow on birthdays. That seems useful. It's spinning ever so slowly. The outer wheel moves one full step every day. The middle wheel moves every month, and the inner moves every year. This one seems special. Keeps track of both seasons of Ascan, Reeds, and Vorgeni, as well as all major Earthfolk holidays. I feel like there is a lot more options here than I expected for a calendar. What day is it? The outer wheel tells you it's March 22nd. When is the election? 5 days. What is the current month? Calendar middle wheel is showing March as the current month. That's the 3rd month. It is, well done! I'm so wise. What year does it say it is? The inner wheel is very still on the piece of copper saying 27 post-war. It has always been easy to keep track of how old you are, thanks to that. Who decides when a new era begins? Since the era is just as old as I am, does that mean I am the chosen one? No. Ah. It is entirely an unremarkable coincidence. Maybe in your heart. Who decides when a new era begins? Your magically attuned items and time-keeping spells will keep time in regards to the eras. Eras which shift for reasons beyond anyone's understanding. Anyone but yours, most likely. So one day, all the time-keeping spells just magically shift to show a new era? Yes. Oh. Well, I kind of thought somebody would decide. Cool. It is. Who decides on the names? The eras have no objective names. They are chosen by each culture differently. In Norvik, the common era type is to simply follow the Riddiston common structure, which is Gate era, 3000 years, Fade era, 1100 years, Divine era, 379 years, Arcane era, 511 years, Post-War era, 27 years, ongoing. Gate era is the earliest era? Yes, from the creation of the coast by Yor to the closing of the gates at the end of the Gate War. Fade era was the time when all the ancient creatures died, right? More or less. It was the era when the powerful creatures trapped after the gates shut struggled for dominion, while losing connection with their outer gods. Excuse me, what is an outer god? The term used to describe the actual gods, those who invaded the coast during the Gate War. They hold no dominion on Yor's realm since the gates closed. The most common consensus among the scholars is all walking gods are simply avatars of these real outer ones. This was an era of giants, genies, dragons, and great aberrations. Divine era is a short one. That's the feudal era, right? Indeed, while short in comparison, almost 4 centuries is a long time in times of great change. This was when mortal walking gods ruled the coast, when great kingdoms rose and great empires conquered vast lands. Or, as you say, feudalism and barbaric governments. Arcane era was a bit longer. That's when the Arcanists rose and fell, right? It was an era marked by man's power and corruption. That's where we are right now. When God's influence waned in juxtaposition with the might of the esoteric. And the post-war era has just begun. We will see how long it lasts. You will most likely not see its end. Good to know? Indeed. Look closer at the seasons marked around the wheel. You see the months and seasons marked into the copper plate. Vorgeni summer. Belteni, Redison spring. March, Vorgeni autumn. Why is January Gorgoni? Is it January, February, March? Why is it called March? That seems like a bit of a coincidence, doesn't it? Beltan, Ascani Spring, Redistant Summer. Thussi, Cronus, to be born in Cronus. Ingami, Elter, Solmi. Yeah, the seasons don't. Then again, because yeah, we're in Australia. Everything's backwards. My birthday is on the 13th of Cronus. Oh, it is. Why is wisdom just there, like in the background, being like, yeah? It only mentions 3 of the bands. What about the rest? A list of all 8 bands would be excessive. You saw a true season calendar once. It was in the Palace Long Hall. The great wheels turned by use of some ancient esoteric force. Every band had its seasons marked clearly on the glowing plates. A glorious magical item. Do I have to keep track of this? It would be ridiculous for a grown man to not know the names of the months. What do you mean? Don't worry, no one will ask you to remember the months. Alright, every band's seasons shift on different days. That's confusing. It is. But don't worry, you've never left Ascan in your life. And you never will. Oh Christ, alright. Okay, good, neat. Check out the holidays? You look at the various holidays marked into the copper plate. It's almost 3 in the morning. This is getting way close to reality right now. I've just been distracted by a random ass piece of crap on the wall and I'm just staring at it for 2 hours. Gorgoni, Earth's Passing. Iltani, The Fast of Tuk. March, The Great Migration. Beltan, Blood Night. 7 Silence. Thussi, River Run. Giant's Crown. Thussi, Folk's Feast. Cronus, Toll's Dance. Ingami, Phoenix Watch. That sounds like a fun holiday. Elter, Torna's Flame. The Ascent. And Somil, Robe Light Night. Look at the marking that says Founding of Norvik. The calendar says 468 Arcane. Why did I get 5 XP for that? The Arcane era was 511 years. Since it is currently the 27th year of the post-war era, that means Norvik was founded 70 years ago. It probably will not reach 100. Don't say that. Don't ever say that. Earth City will live for 1,000 years, you blue knave. Keep telling yourself that. If the Arcanists could not reach more than half a millennium, this city has no chance in all the hells. That, you feel, is guaranteed. It is a lot of lore. A lot of lore indeed. There's a box up there. A chest. Too far away. Out of reach. Can I... A glorious shrine to the one and only Earth. Oh, I need Mage Hand or something maybe. Still don't have Mage Hand. Okay, so I don't need to worry about that. Should we go to bed? We're going to go to bed. I don't think I have... I really hope I wake up with just fully recovered, because I am absolutely destroyed. I don't know if you guys have noticed. A fine place to sleep, relatively speaking. Well, I mean, I'm a wizard who is also a cleric. There it goes. The first day on the job. As you approach the bedroll, you think to yourself, is there anything else you need to do before sleeping? Nothing comes to mind. But you feel it. Young and dumb. On Waterlane. God damn it! All the way back down to Waterlane? Yes! Trouble on Waterlane View? There's always trouble there. It's a simple teenage rebellion. They can sort it out themselves. You should help them. What kind of trouble are we talking about here? The young kind. The angsty kind. Ah, oh, fucking hell. Anyone remember where Waterlane is? Every time I've tried to get there, I've been distracted. Aww. We go, full speed. Oh no. Grease, quick. Grease the bastard. A masked assassin. You hear footsteps coming from behind. What? They're right in front of me. What? An ambush? What do you mean I failed the dexterity check? Your body tenses. I passed the strength check? Do not falter. Ha 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 ha! Alone. They were waiting for Snell to leave. You've got the upper hand. Adrenaline pumping. Let's go. Yeah, this situation's screwed up. Can't talk your way out of this one. However, you could probably try to confuse him. You've got the wrong cleric. Ah. Can I cast Charm Person? I can actually cast Grace. You conjure a splash of grease across the slope. The masked one is shocked for a moment. The magical grease causing him to slip and slide. The grease covers the entirety of the surface area of the assassin. You watch as the attacker falls, his slender body tumbling backwards. The grassy and rough dirt gets struck by the rapidly accelerating, rolling assassin going down the hill. Your eyes follow the descent as the attacker disappears like a spinning sack of apples into the roller mill ruins. By the time you reach the ruins, the shadowy figure scrambles to reach the edge. You follow it, real quick, but the bastard jumps into the water. Holy shit. You lean out, glancing down into the river. You see nothing, only night and waves. 45 experience, that's pretty good experience. The assassin is gone, along with any evidence of wrongdoing. Damn. Bolt hit updated. How horrific. Someone's trying to kill you. Apart from the wounds you sustained, of course. The fact that there is for sure is an assassin. Okay, hang on. The fact that there for sure is an assassin out for your life is pretty bad. That sentence does make sense, but it actually short-wired my brain there for a second. Good lord. Like, it's going to be hard talking your way out of the next time this guy tries to end you. You can't let him get the upper hand like this. You got to be alert. Like, faster. There is something strange about this. That was no killer. Felt like a mistake. All of it. You will have to be stronger next time in order to capture this foolish spellcaster. I'll get him next time. You sure will. Good attitude. Bastard really did catch me off guard. And alone. Yes, he is clearly a coward. Not that the goblin would be able to do much, of course. The only other game that comes to mind that does something similar to this is Disco Elysium. One of my favorite games of all time. This has to be connected to the tea shop, right? Do not be so hasty to make connections. Let's not stay here. Time to go. Right. I'm going to Waterlane. Where the hell am I? I should really heal, shouldn't I? God damn. Let's eat an apple. Let's eat 3 apples. Oh, there is a full playthrough of Disco Elysium on my YouTube channel if you are so interested. It's one of my favorite playthroughs, but it's kind of like... It was a while ago, so it's kind of faded into obscurity these days. YouTube does not really put... It's a cat! Hang on! Hello, cat. On the ledge overlooking the garden, you spot a black cat. Calm as can be. It doesn't even care that you stomp up next to it. Oh, wonderful, Catnap. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I love that game so much. It's just such a wild ride. Behold the cat, a legendary trickster of Norvik. Greetings, and who might you be? The cat lifts its head up. Its dark eyes squint at you for a second, sniffs in the air, and then ignores you once again. You can watch me die in the very first... That's still one of the craziest openings to a game I've ever done. Literally within 5 minutes, I killed my character. And I had to start again. Because it didn't save. I am so sad that didn't say duck. I am so unbelievably sad that didn't say duck. That would have been amazing. It knows more than it lets on. Wisdom comes from knowing when to act, when to not. This cat does not care for you in the slightest. Pet it or something, I don't know. If you wish to hold a proper conversation with this magnificent creature, you need to find the first level spell, Speak with Animals. Oh. You place your palm in front of your face and whisper. Everything is words. Oh, the art style for this game is fantastically well thought out. I really like it. It's really hard to explain. This game should be... I don't know. I probably shouldn't like it, but I do. Everything about it's so fun. As you do, the subtle movements of the cat appear as not so subtle anymore. Is this when we find out the cat's like a crack addict or something? Then it snaps, and your mind appears to translate it all into a form you understand. Hello, cat. Sir Triban? Or Triban? You hear a loud scoff coming out of the tiny creature. Well, been a long time since one of you brutes learned to speak. Do not call me cat. That is an idiotic way to greet someone. I am Sir Triban of the Stones in the Waters. You shall address me as such. Of course, Sir Triban. The cat speaks in a jaded, regal tone. It's adorable. He's full of himself, as he should be, honestly. I'll be frank, Humano. Never cared too much for your kind. Humano? An attempt at cat speech. How glib. You're adorable. He lets out a hiss. Typical. Learns to speak after years of muttering nonsense, and first thing he says is the most idiotic thing I've ever heard. You really are a brute. Well, what do you want? I'm not sharing prey with you, if that's what you're expecting. The cat speaks in a slight cat speech accent. which is logical, but still quite strange to hear from a creature of his stature. What's it like being a cat? The cat hisses. He really doesn't like that word. Sorry, what is it like being a feline? I am a shadow. I move unseen. I hunt. I stalk. You would not understand, brute. For you are clearly so far below the default, you cannot ever truly comprehend what it's like. Sick. You're not so far away from getting it, though. Should I try and do... I'm going to try and feed his ego. Or should I do all the others first and then feed his ego? We'll go down and then feed his ego, and if we fail... Oh, we failed, don't we? What do you know about the tea shop? Tea? Ah, you mean to say leaves that smell? Yes, that building did have a lot of that, before it fell to ruin. And I mean before it was scorched. Oh? Yes, when the bird took over. I hope that foul was lost in the flames. Then again, what I would not have given to hunt it myself. Alas, I would have needed a dozen hunters to bring it down. Biggest bird I ever saw. The cat speaks of the owner of the tea shop. Interesting. You seen anything suspicious lately? You. He's right though. You live out here? Of course not, don't be daft. I live in a wandering chicken under the earth, as any respectable creature would. Ah, of course. The cat is insane. An esoteric type of housing. Interesting. I see. How interesting. You would think so, wouldn't you? Makes an annoyed sound. Now, vitae. Vitae? Vitae? It's vitae, right? You enjoy living in a chicken house? Somewhat. Though my homestay servant is quite the eccentric woman. So do with that knowledge as you wish. Yeah, the tea shop is a giant bird. It's a bird man. We've heard some things about him from various different people around the place, but I've yet to actually meet him. A cat lady? Being eccentric? Well, you've never heard of such a thing. What are you voting in the election? Democratization? He seemingly ignores your question for 10 or so seconds, and then he says, no. Good idea. I do not deal with whatever that is. If only more humanoids shared this sentiment. It is beneath me. Alright, let's try and pass this charisma check. Come on! Hey! You want real answers? Feed his ego. Easiest way to do that is to compliment him. But not soft compliments. Hard compliments. Right, here we go. You are a legendary creature of the dusk and dawn, Sir Triban. The coast trembles at your appearance and longs for your presence. Yes, well, the cat mumbles. Bards will surely write songs of my accomplishments. That is true. They will. Now, is there anything else you can think of that would be useful for me to hear? The cat yawns. And then he says, will you go away if I do? Absolutely. He sighs in a deep grumble, The type of noise you did not expect to come out of a cat. Fine. The blue fire awoke me from my slumber. Had I been closer, my whiskers would have been fried. I'm just gonna wait. I wanted to know who'd caused this ruckus in my territory, so I kept watch. The green munchkins ran around like crazy, trying to put out the flames. You should call Snell that. I don't think I should. I don't think calling a goblin a green munchkin's gonna go well. I saw a brute, like you, but in garish yellow cloth, being interrogated by some of them. Man in yellow? Freestrider, perhaps? And once the fire was out, which did not take long, the one who should have wings appeared. On her orders, the... what do you call it? Tea shop. Yes, they hammered it shut. Then she did something wave and glow on it. Ah, so that's the angel casting the mage barrier. A locking spell. Keep outsiders from entering the crime scene. Commonly used in the city. That's it. Now leave. Thanks for the information. That was a surprisingly interesting conversation with the cat. Right. Must get to... what is that? I swear to God. Huh? An esoteric pocket. I'm never getting to Waterlane. Never gonna happen. Up in the air, 10 or so feet over the moonlit grassy field, you peer at the outline of a bubble. It sits, fixed, wobbling by the push of some unknown force, clearly not affected by wind or anything else material. An esoteric pocket in the making. Let's look closer. It's still forming. Remember the alcohol pocket? That thing started out just like this. If you really want to find out what kind of pocket it'll be, you probably have to waste some time here. But that could be neat. Could be a chance to impress the goblin. Turn him even more into your loyal follower or something akin. Your past experience tells you an approximate time. 1 hour! Oh my god. In 1 hour, it will form into something solid. I should make sure this doesn't turn into a major issue. Yes, it is your duty. Actually, this time, this shit's even mentioned in your contract. What? I have to spend a full hour watching it? An esoteric pocket is unreasonable. If you leave for a second, it might be gone or go completely out of control. You know well, the esoteric is much impacted by surrounding sentience. If a thinking mind is near, if it is observed, the pocket will act more rationally. Oh god, okay. Late night hours. Real fun time to stay out on Tolstad. This is the kind of night heroes are created. We do not have enough time to go back to the tavern and go to Waterlane. It's going to be 4 in the morning. My character is not sleeping. The kind when dark forces emerge from the chasms to be beaten back by the bellowing horns of the light. Focus on the pocket. Norvik has a recorded rate of 0.15 rate of DEPF, Daily Esoteric Point Formation. This rate is similar to other coastal cities. Few of these pockets result in anything above a 1-star danger rating as well. The current rate for anything higher, 1 in 10. Thus, this pocket before you will arguably not result in anything dangerous or interesting. That's not how that works. There is a 90% chance that it's not going to be dangerous, right? But it's me. But it's still your job to deal with it. If someone finds out you didn't deal with this pocket, and it turns into like a 4-star lava biome or something, you're screwed. And you might be able to wiggle your way out of that trouble, but really, considering how many people know you're here on this specific piece of Tolstad right now for the investigation, look up. Above the shimmering pocket, far up, you see the moon. Moon! The light of the night. The great source of power that moves alone across the sky at night. It has a different colour and follows different movement in each band. In Ascani, it is a light blue and stays in the sky for far longer than the rest. Alone in that ever-wide expanse, a blot of light as wide as your thumb on an outstretched fist. Circling around the white is blue-hued ring. Hello, Trig. It shines particularly bright on this cloudless night. Even this grassy field, the roof of the garden, which holds no glowstone nor everlasting flame, is so brightly illuminated that you have no trouble seeing each individual dewy blade of grass as you plant yourself on top of them. This spot is where you will wait. Guess we shall stare at the pocket. Is there a saying about this? Something about not staring at esoteric pockets? The strange remains in the shadows, while the eyes on folk lay upon it. That's the one. Close your eyes, maybe fall asleep. That's a terrible idea. Cold, rigid, wet, hard. Despite this, your body screams for rest. Don't fall asleep? Your question is met with silence as time passes before the beyond. All this, an instant for the man in the eternal pool. A man? What man? Never mind. A distraction, a tingle growing. Awaken! Your intuition was correct. As always. You waited 1 hour, and now you get to witness this esoteric event. It is forming. It has become... I'm floating? No. It is you. It is a gravity pocket. A mild one. Focus. Unless you want to be floating around up here for hours. It's time to perform a feat of gravitational acrobatics. Think instead. This pocket is not one of reverse gravity. Otherwise you would have already hit the top. No, this is a gravity nullifier. You are weightless in this pocket. Use this to your advantage. Everything is unstable. You can sense it in the pocket's shell. You must make it to lower before it ends, or you will hurt yourself in the fall. You drift higher. He is speaking with himself. Right, so intelligence check, figure out on how to descend, or a dexterity check where I can reach for the edge of the pocket. I mean, I guess I'll try an intelligence check, because I understand the mechanics here, so it seems like this. There's no way I could fail. No way I could fail. Jesus, that was close. That was close. That was very close. Pocket sand? What? My only knowledge of the term pocket sand is Ard. What? It's simple. You throw some pocket sand upward with force. The particles act as equals and opposite. Oh, okay. Grab in your pockets, then toss gravel upwards. My only problem with this is, why do I have gravel in my pockets? You do so, scattering the pebbles and dust into the air like 1,000 little glimmering gems against the utterly black night sky. Then, you descend, just according to plan. The moment you touch Earth, the pocket destabilizes. It shorts out. The bubble pops. Gravity returns to normal. You lie on the wet grass. Get up. You are discombobulated, but you are whole. The pocket is gone. The world returns to normal, without that esoteric feeling. Just grass, moon, and cold air. Complete calm and quiet. Once again, you have learned nothing by this practical exercise. What do you mean? Take a deep breath and leave. So, I think I just wasted an hour. Fantastic. I love the word discombobulated. I've watched far too much Sherlock to not have a fascination with that word. I don't have pocket sand. I don't have pocket sand. My pockets are clear. Clear and clean. There's a door around here somewhere to Waterlane. I know there is. Tunnel to the river? Tunnel to central tunnel. Is it the river? Hello, show. TTT? Team Fortress 2? No, that's team. That'll be TF2. But what is TTT? Trouble in Terrorist Town in Gmod. Oh god, so it was Gmod. Yeah, if you haven't seen the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock, it's a blast. Is this Waterlane? Where am I? I need a signpost. Also, I have noticed there is a questing tree thing up here that I should look at some point. I need a door. To Waterlane View. We go. Am I the only person who doesn't know Trouble in Terrorist Town? Oh, there's so much stuff here. What is going on? Of course, there's the Reed and Mead. Young Asgal Modissa. Oh, great. Yeah, no, I might as well not freaking bothered rolling that dice. Rolo Malik. The next generation, a late-stage teenager representing all young men among Earthfolk. Oh, God. Statistically, it could be worrying if all young men today feel as lost and unemployed as this one. Then everything must be going to shit. At least he's politically active. This is going to be an awkward conversation, isn't it? I can feel it. Let's go. Tense scene. I should have saved. Can I save right now? It's fine. I'm sure I won't have like a heart attack or anything. I'm sure it'll be fine. Nah, a cleric. Just in time. Why have you got a trident in your pocket? Got a knife. 4 young guys, each looking a bit nervous. Wait a minute, who's that? Who is that? There's like a proper goth going on back there. Holy crap. I am sad I didn't speak to that guy. Except the angry-looking blonde kid. We've confiscated the illegal goods, he says, and bows his head. For the city! He turns his head towards one of the kids behind him. How's it going, Earth Nissy? I'm trying, hold on. Point at the lanky kid trying to cast a cantrip. Hey, stop it. He freezes and gives the blonde kid a nervous look. Have you seen my crossbow? This thing doesn't even fire. Oh, sorry, cleric. I'm Rolo, the blonde kid says, and takes a bow. Rolo Malak, at your service. Behind me are Earth Nissi, Sten Busken, and Toli. We are members of the Norvikian Resistance, a movement to... You're thieves and ignorant book burners. The girl adjusts her spectacles and straightens her back. With all due respect, Mr. Cleric, she says, don't believe a word from these thugs. You notice the two other girls behind her. A halfling and a dwarf. Both look at each other. Assholes! Careful, it's an actual cleric. Thugs? Come on, Modissa. Really? Like the AY aren't just a bunch of ruffians. Hello everyone, I'm the cleric. I didn't get any experience for saying that I'm the cleric, it hurts me. They've stolen, she hisses, then turns to Rolo to bark out, you stole our entire Waterlane delivery. You speak, and people hear a cleric. Yay, I got it. I got my XP for saying I'm the cleric. Look, 65 XP, that's like a quest's worth of XP right there. All I need to do now is inform them that I am, in fact, a cleric who is apolitical. You mean stone bush? Pray tell, what is a stone bush? Yeah, sure, of an illegal newspaper. Lord Cleric, I assure you, we're doing the city a favour here. Lord Cleric? I dig it. I'm the Lord Cleric. You do not know how much I want to click that. You have absolutely no idea. Oh man. I really want to click it. I'm worried it might undo the cleric though, but then I guess that Lord Cleric is almost the same as the cleric. It's just like a hierarchy thing. Yeah, I'm the Lord Cleric. Oh, sure. No. I see. It's a lover's quarrel. Oh, it counted. Being a cleric courses through your decisions like second nature. It's 70 XP. Oh my god. What? No! He's blushing. The girl gives you an incredulous frown. Oh, incredulous. What a lovely word. Oh, I don't get to read that one very often. Okay, so, are you kids even allowed to be out this late? Both sides look at you with frowns. You're here to uphold the law, right? So arrest these assholes. I mean, you have illegal papers. I think we need to be a little bit more nuanced about the law here, my dear. Now! The dwarf grabs her hand and holds her back. Modissa, calm down, please! Oh, God. I could just charm one of them, right? What does the law say about this conflict? The Asgal chant, or whatever silly name that its anonymous publisher gave it, is not licensed for distribution in Tolstad. At the same time, it is also illegal to steal delivered newspapers from mailboxes, even if those papers are delivered illegally. That's a lot of illegality. Are both in the wrong? In different ways, yes. Let's point to the Asgal girl. You, explain your side. She scoffs. Okay, fine. Her dwarven friend mutters, Modissa, in a concerned tone. Her friends are trying to keep her from being too brazen. Why? If they're in the right, she should be brazen. Copper press fever. We delivered papers for the Asgalian chant. Maybe you've heard of it. It's a pretty big deal. The paper is not terribly popular, but it is known for radical articles and political stances. She draws a sharp breath. We have a busy schedule, and right as we started delivering the papers in Waterlane, these pieces of shit started following us. Taking papers we've just delivered right out of people's mailboxes. That's illegal, right? Says the halfling girl. Highly illegal. Of course it's illegal. And then they grab one of our paper stacks from... Zerba? Zerba? Would I just say Zerba? I feel like I'd say Zerba. Like straight up assault and theft and... Modissa, I wasn't... They can't get away with this. There is a floating light, yes. I think it's to illuminate the scene. It probably was not that bad. Right, nationalist boy. You've already got a bit of a downside because you've got nationalist as your tagline, but... First of all, thank you for listening to Reason. Oh, God. I feel like I want this guy to like talk like Schnell, but I feel like that's making Schnell out to be an ass. Like, first of all, thank you for listening to Reason, you know? You know, that kind of person? Just kind of strikes me as that kind of ass. Where did Schnell? He went to bed. It's 4 in the morning. Everyone knows one of those people that's just like that talks like that, and I just feel, oh God, I know we look like some dumb kids, but we're not. Something about his expression makes you think the exact opposite. He gestures towards you and then to himself. We're on the same team here. You know, that kind of voice. I really want to do it. We're on the same team here. I don't look dumb. He says, looking dumb. Why is that an option? Just walk up to this kid and be like, here, don't worry about it. Alright, stop stalling and tell me what you're doing here. So, we heard about the Asgal chant being delivered on Tolstad. Or I did, at the guild. I work at the fishery, and I see every day how Earthfolk get radicalized by dwarven nonsense. So, I figured I'd get the boys with me and we'd, you know, put a stop to it. I'm going to glance at the pile of paper behind him. We, couldn't figure out where the thing was printed or anything. A lot of copper press zines don't really have official companies behind them. Especially trash like the chant. You hear coming from the short kid in the back. Hey, you, fuck off. I'm not talking to you. Go fuck yourself, Tolly. Hey, relax. I'm telling our story here. To the good Lord Cleric. He does get points for calling me Lord Cleric. You know, on a scale of how to butter me up, that's how you Lord Cleric. He turns back to you and coughs once. Of course, it's illegal to distribute unlicensed papers in every official district. So I ask around. Apparently, someone saw these girls at the university going around delivering it. Wasn't that difficult to figure out? It was Modissa doing the deliveries. Fucking Modissa! She's not allowed to do that, the large kid in the back says with a nod. Wait, you guys know each other? There's histories here? I don't know why he has a pitchfork in his pocket. It's a bit weird, isn't it? He did say he worked at the fishery, so maybe it's a fishery thing. Yeah? Back in school, everybody knew who Modissa was. The Asgalist annoyance, the blonde kid says with a grin. Such a terrible nickname. Unimaginative and boring. Also, fuck you. Good lord. She likes to swear. Anyway, that's how we got here. They're delivering an illegal magazine, and we've put a stop to it. He grins wide and proud. What are you guys voting in the election? The Workers' Party, she says. Duh. Same for me. The dwarf raises her hand carefully. Yeah. And these stupid boys are obviously voting for the Party of Norvik. No, we're not. None of us are. Yeah, fuck that. What? Yeah, no. The silent kid in the back raises his fist into the air. Fuck the establishment. Okay. Oh, this really is angsty, huh? So they're nationalists who aren't voting for the Nationalist Party. So who the fuck are you voting for? Rolo nods to the cleric. There are deeper forces at work here. I don't have a gun! How can I do guns blazing? Shoot them all. Take them all down. Divine forces. I see, you're also voting Asgalis then? Nah, same. God damn, I don't want to say any of these. You should obviously vote for me. Fireball! Yeah, what, you're not voting for anything? Indeed! We're not voting at all. What do you fucking mean? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Not a bad choice considering this mess. You're apolitical? That's impressive. I am also apolitical. I don't engage with politics. Apolitical? You are recognized by peers as a true apolitical person. 45 XP. Hell yeah. That's not a thing. It's a thing. What, really? My aunt's apolitical. She says it's too much to think about with democracy. She liked it when Earth ruled. My dad says the same, but he'll be voting for the nationalists. Oh, that's what my aunt does too. Maybe she's not apolitical. Guys, focus. We, the blonde kid says, gesturing to his three friends. We are fighting the evil powers, ready to establish a true resistance to anti-human sentiments. For Earth! The girl with the creased brow sighs loudly. Take my god out your mouth, kid. I'm... He stutters and looks to the guys behind him. Sorry. Right, I don't want to do Charm Person. I don't think I can, even if I want to, because I haven't got any first level spells left, because I still haven't slept. So, I've come to a conclusion. Good, she says and nods. You're both going to jail. Way! She's hiding a nervous expression. Great, good. He's outwardly very nervous. Approach the blonde kid to see if you can get these nationalists to back off. Approach the girl with the spectacles to check if you can argue against these Asgals. Isn't there any compromise to be found here? Let's try and find a compromise. Perhaps, but you must engage in a deep meditative form of empathy in order to achieve it. There's no chance in hell I pass this, is there? But then again, that's a lot of minuses. 50-50. Find a middle ground. A solution that everyone's happy with. We can't fail this. Here we go. Ugh. Shit. Wrong 50. It actually was 50-50. I had to roll a 10 on a d20. No compromise. You'll have to deal with this head on. Somehow. Oh, God. Don't make me pick a side. I don't like the Asgals or the fucking Nationalists. Can I arrest them both? This just seems oh Christ. Well, out of nationalists or Asgals. Oh God, it's communists or fucking fascists. Oh, I hate them both. I mean, I guess if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably pick the Asgals, but I don't like either of them. They're both bloody stupid. Oh, fuck it, we'll side with the... Wait, yeah, so I approach the people who I want to back off, right? So... Yeah, it's easier to dunk on the idiotic boys trying to burn papers. I mean, just purely on those idiots decided to attack people to steal their shit. I'm kind of like, that alone is kind of enough for me to not like them. I mean, yeah, okay, you don't like the paper, but it is just a paper. Oh, hey! He stares at you, trying to retain his composure. He's terrified. You're frustrated already. You're likely to take it out on both sides if you fail at getting them to give back the papers. Well, I mean... Wave your fingers in front of his face, like just stare. Alright, okay, I'm gonna stare at him and we'll see what happens. His paws are sweating. The kid is horrified by your helmed presence. Oh man, Lover's Quarrel's actually working against me here. Let's just see if we can pass the test. Look, I've only got to roll a 10 on a d20. It's 50-50. There's no way I could fail. Oh, thank God. Puff out your chest. Take a deep breath. Place a hand on his shoulder. Your gloved hand grabs him firmly, and he gives you a freaked out expression. Kid, give her back the papers. He mutters, trying to form an argument. No, stay quiet. Glares at you. Give back the papers. He glances away from you. You can see his mind working behind those wide eyes. Then, he slowly nods. Rolo snatches up the stack of papers and tosses them over to Modissa. She catches them with an oof, accompanied by a foul expression. Grumbling, the boys then leave Waterlane. Gods be damned! The three girls collect themselves for a second shit. Yeah, wow, that was scary. Mr. Cleric, thanks. Yeah, thanks a lot. Great, now you fuck up as well. And stop delivering that paper. It's genuinely very illegal. Whatever, let's go. Oh, good. I love the fact that this game nearly always has the option that I want to follow. I just want both of them to fuck off. Within a minute, they've dispersed, leaving Waterlane a bit less rowdy than before. Can I finally go to bed? Right, so that should have given us... Is this it? Oh no. Oh god. Democratization. Jesus Christ, what a word. Democratization. Young and dumb. This is the one we just did. 4 AM, why bother? You just keep going. The law never sleeps. Jump in the hole in the tavern? Oh, fuck, I forgot about the hole. Okay, here's the deal. I will save, and then I will jump down the hole. Because if it's hell, I don't want to be stuck down there. Trouble brewing. Young women running around the streets, slinging Asgalis propaganda to unsuspecting citizens. Boys causing chaos in the name of some hapless, magazine-inspired rebellion. This cannot be tolerated. Really can be. Actually, seems like a great idea. We'll just let kids run around at night, just doing political stuff. Too much chaos has been caused by these damn kids. Indeed, this must be solved with the might of the state. We shall! The Asgal youths did nothing to warrant such pushback. This era is one of communication. Ideas interchanged freely between a populace of free-minded thinkers, folk dreaming of an egalitarian potential. However, the problem lies with the unfortunates who break and sear Volcarian thought with reckless unkindness. Wow. You must pray for them, beg for them. To please stop being so mean. That's bound to work. Do you really think that would work? One can wish. Those boys might be unkempt and rough, but they are proud citizens of a great city. They are performing a service, albeit a crude one, one beyond the realm of law. But the youth Asgals, they are even more unlawful, to a much steeper decree. I mean, honestly, if I had to pick between people getting beaten up at night by a bunch of unruly twat bags and people delivering papers that people can then just throw in the bin if they don't agree, I'd rather people were doing the papers. I gotta be honest with you. I mean, if somebody's putting a political pamphlet through your fucking letterbox, you can look at it, laugh at it, and put it in the bin. It's not really that big of a deal, you know? How do you calculate that degree of unlawfulness? Entirely through the morality of their behavior. Which means feelings. Feelings. Yes. You are feeling like the boys are in the right. What has happened here is a complication upon society, a representation of the wider culture. Young men are drawn towards the rough, downtrodden world of the dreamers, the hope of national unity through the Arthurian story, one of leadership and honour. But without that guiding star, there is no such singularity, no control, no wise king to bend the knee to. Instead, those boys are simply expressing pain through violence, enacted onto those who are attempting to craft a more caring future. That is, young women. Hang on a minute. They, as opposed to young men, are drawn towards a more social type of unity, with welfare and Asgalian flattened hierarchical structures. Beyond Asgal himself, who is by his function also a male figure, it is to womanly people you should look towards. Lady Fair is one. A halfling god? Yes, Lady Fair, and those not. The walking god, who gave everything to save her people. Her words are few, but spread far across the coast. Her church is quite attractive among Norvikian society as an organisation of charity, one open to all folk, no matter of their origin. Wow, tongue-tied really bad there. An egalitarian dream. This is why women, as harsh as it is to say, are simply more suited for Norvikian leadership. Lady Fair makes it clear. A house held by women stands any season. I agree, women clearly build a more thoughtful and caring world for us all. Feel like a good man for thinking such egalitarian things. But I want to lead in the future, and I'm not a woman. Does that mean... Good, I have no interest in the future, and or any type of leadership. I want to stay in the darkness and wither away. I feel like there should be some middle ground here. What about a house held by a person never falls? That's catchy, right? Right? That would be my actual response here. But I have a feeling it's going to rip me apart somehow, because I always seem to get ripped apart. So I'm going to say it and see what the game says. There is something so powerful about dreams. Ideas spreading from man to woman, woman to man. But the Asgalian dream is not a blessing. It is a smile wrought in pain, a vision of 1,000 layers of intersected nets and labels, tangling every person, ensnaring them into oppressor or oppressed. And there is oppression. There are unfair hierarchies. The world is corrupt. Which senses the word coward, does it? But not fundamentally. If these boys are pushing back against Asgalism, that is only natural. It is an ideology which pushes a foundational belief that they are naturally, oppressively superior. If a young man grows up in squalor, finding zero advantages from him being a man among patriarchs, nor any power from being a human, especially if he grows up within non-human clusters, something many of the poorest humans do. When he is unable to find a job at age 19 and has almost no political, societal, or economic power in his life, which dream do you think he would believe in? The one calling him to fight to reclaim what is his by right, a good life as a future patriarch, or the one calling him an oppressor? It does not call him an oppressor. That is an unfair reading. Asgalism is about systematic change. That young man is trapped in the same cycle of violence that all men find themselves since the dawn of time, that he must fight, that he must be a patriarch to have that good life. Asgalism would lay the foundation that allows him to be free from those burdens. He would be free to find that job, the good life, with the same prospects as everyone else. That foundation is laid by raising women to the forefront, by allowing them to flatten our hierarchies and bring about a new world. Trash talking the streamer is a VIP privilege? Wait, was it actually auto-modded? No way. You're allowed to say coward. That is ridiculous. My auto mod is set to like super low levels. I don't care what people say. Right, what are my options here? I suppose if a man already has it pretty terrible in the world, where he's... Oh, I choked. Sorry, I took a drink before I... Try again. Good lord. I suppose if a man already has it pretty terrible in a world where he's supposed to be at the top, then a world where his advantages are gone would seem even worse. I'm sure there's a female perspective here somewhere as well, but I've only really read about them in Mom's books. Oh, come on. Seems to me like it's more of a branding issue. The Asgalists need to be more in tune with the economic aspect of intersectionality. They're clearly losing out on a ton of angry book-burning boys. Look, I just want what's best for women. No, I don't care about men or women. I am an equal hater. We all suck. That's what I say. Every day we're going down there. That is not a nice way to go through life. It is, however, surprisingly egalitarian. Thank you. You need to come to that realization. Shit. The one every boy reaches towards, the late stages of their capitalistic, puberistic, and socialistic awakenings. That... No, not all. It is only your placement, you must understand. Figure out where you've planted those 2 feet of yours, and accept where your bones will begin their incessantly slowish grind into the pavement. Learn more. Steel yourself. Seek love. Be more. Oh, fuck me. What do you mean, suddenly understand gender? What? Oh, realise your place in the world. Oh, God, they both suck. We're gonna fail both. Oh, we're gonna fail both so bad. There's no way this works, huh? Oh, God. I don't like strength as a general rule of thumb. He's a bit of a knob. So I'm probably going to go with wisdom, but I genuinely don't know what the hell that means. Let's find out. There's no way I can fail. Oh, come on! It's going to fail anyway. Never mind. Oh. It is such a simple answer. Is it just treat everyone the same? Because, like... Huh? As you compare and contrast, as you break away the many specifics and biases and little intricacies that make each man a man and each woman a woman, what is left is but the souls of these folk. These creatures of biological realities and spiritual happenstances. Each of them loving and holding and hating and screaming within Jaw's arbitrary spectrum, within some neatly organised checkboxes on a governmental form, within the heart of genitalia of each young, virile, beastly person who struts across this artificial landscape. They think so much. They feel so much. Both as one. They are... Men and women are innumerably more similar than they have ever been different. I mean, yes, but like... Oh. Any kind of statistical calculation or divinely attributed seance will always point in this exact direction. There are extremely minor divergences in the averages, but these are negligible. The default man and the default woman are going to be, in every single way that matters, on a broader scale, equal. That doesn't make any sense, they look different. But like, only on the inside? How do I know this? Huh, never thought about it that way. Yeah, I figured that'd be the case. I'm just going to go with that one. Sometimes. Maybe. However, those minor differences on the average, they coagulate towards the extremes. What does that mean? Well, if men are 0.001% more aggressive than women in the averages, that is nothing more than an indication of this. The most violent people in society are all men. This means both of these following statements are fully true. First statement, men and women are the same. Second statement, men and women are different in the extremes. And how does that affect reality exactly? In this way. Only in extreme cases does gender affect anything. If you are dealing with the most empathetic person in the world, they will almost all be women. If you're dealing with the most competitive people in the world, they will almost all be men. Yet, for the vast majority of groups and/or collections of people, the more empathetic and competitive are just as likely to be either men or women. This gender divide is not something you should use to judge or evaluate average people in average day-to-day life. It is only relevant in vastly wide distributions. You will always have more male criminals. You will always have more female Asgilists, but only because the most violent people become criminals and the most lovely people become Asgilists. Something about that last part sounds incorrect. I see, so it's about math. That sounds a bit discriminatory. Shouldn't everyone be equal? I'm going to go with that one. A dream of egalitarianism does not need to be destroyed because of physical reality. We can hope to flatten the world, not erase all of its personality and quirks. Now, you must choose. What? Choose a side, as difficult as it might be. What do you mean? Oh God. Tell me more about Lady Fair. The halflings built a religion out of feminine love. You can do something similar. Lady Fair, extra proficiency in roles when speaking with feminine characters. Hello? Tell me about Future Patriarch. I assume this is going to give me extra roles when talking to men. A brotherhood, a patriarchy. A good and just world. It is within your grasp. Yeah. Shit. Which should I choose? Like, which one would be most useful? I mean, obviously the man one, I assume. In all honesty, you must think of this as a representation of your future struggles. In other words, the person who blew up the tea shop, the one you must discover, will it be a man or a woman? Well, if I listen to what Wisdom just told me, it's a man. But it might not be. Women can blow up tea shops. They have fingers. They can make bombs. Could be either. A man. A sorcerer would surely be able to sling such esoteric force, but a man is more likely to enact it. What does feminine and masculine mean in this context? It means where the target lands on yours gender spectrum. They will always be on one side of this esoterically decided middle point. If you disagree with that judgment, take it up with your... This is the probable outcome, yes. But do not always assume the gender placement of a target. The world is often more complicated than you initially imagined. Alright, I'm ready to make a decision. Do so. Stand tall. Do not be afraid. I mean, honestly, I'm going to pick Lady Fair for the ability to chat up the angel. It is done. The feminine has entered into your body, your soul, your blood. Be kind to all. Be slightly less confused about gender. Wow, we are like zoomed in, huh? Good lord. That was fun. Don't worry, I have another one. Democratization. We go again. Oh my god, I'm almost at the end. I'm almost at the end of the stream, guys. Jesus Christ. I have achieved nothing. I have just read a psychological analysis of gender. That's what I've achieved this stream. Hey. You've been doing great work out there. I'm assuming this is about the asking people about the election thing. Hell yeah. You know what that makes you? A herald. A democratic herald. Doesn't that sound nice? But I hate democracy. Wow. Can't believe you just said that. I only asked for people because I am interested in counteracting future democratic movements. I'm sort of a medium on the whole suffrage thing, really. Seems like a hassle. I'm going to say I'm going against future democratic movements. Look, this is what the new world is all about. People talking to each other, sharing ideas, debating, listening. Every conversation is a little spark of democracy igniting. And you're fanning those flames. So here's the thing. All that talking, it's energizing. When you engage with people about what matters, when you get them thinking, discussing, caring, it fills you up. Makes you feel alive. Right, so I don't get any other choices? Great question. In this case, you're just way too aware of the fact that you have absolutely no chance of ever subverting, changing, affecting this particular democratic process. And you obviously can't stop yourself from spreading the word no matter what that word is. So here's the thing. All that talking, energizing. Okay. Tell me more about the Democratic Herald. Every time you ask someone what they're voting for, you feel a surge of vitality. It's the excitement of democracy in action. You regain 1d4 hit points each time you ask someone what they're voting for? Oh, that's amazing! I'm in. That's the spirit. Welcome to the new world, Herald. I got 532 experience. That made me level up? I think it did. God damn. Oh, what do I want to put it in? It's got to be dexterity or charisma. But I don't know which one. I finished talking to the Sphinx. I guess I could jump down the hole. Oh, fine. I'm going to put it in dexterity because that lets me down. Oh, but swooning the angel, that's a valid point. If rocks fall, you're dead. Yep. I'm going to go dexterity. It might save me when I jump down this hole. Alright. Does anyone remember where the pub is? Fuck. Think it's down here? Aha! Hi, Sphinx. I can't believe Sylvie's making me do this. You approach the old well. It's dry. Very, very deep. You can survive the fall. Do it! Excuse you? You're doing what exactly? I'm jumping. Down the well. You say that as if it's somehow a good idea. You take a step on the edge. Then you drop into the darkness. For several seconds, you feel nothing but soaring air through your uniform and helm, as the extreme tingling sensation fills your senses. The sense of falling. And then, in a sudden and violent end, you hit the ground. Oh, Jesus Christ! Crit roll! We live! A cracking of bones. You lie in the dark. Oh, we're here. The dude is, that's where the broken calendar is, and then... Oh, no, go ask a rat for whom they will vote. We need the health. Oh, I need to end the stream, guys. I thought I was gonna die. I didn't think this was gonna work. Ooh, what's that? Menu. Oh, this is an awfully ominous hallway. Not again. Down here. Oh, I think I found where the cat lives. Lisa's freelance haggery and divinations. Yours shards allow you to re-roll failed rolls in a conversation. I don't. It feels a bit cheaty to me, but yeah, I think that's what it's actually for. Excuse me, I need to pick up this rat real quick. It's a yellow rat. I now have a white rat and a yellow rat. I think I am going to save it here because I do need to end the stream. Yeah, I don't like re-rolling things. I feel like it's more fun to actually live with one's consequences. Well, I suppose in theory you could fail the roll twice. But, yeah, I'll use them if it ever something that I really feel needs to be re-rolled. I still haven't slept, guys, for the love of God. Right, I'm just going to end the YouTube recording here. So thank you all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. And as always, see you next time.